Hello everyone, my name is Charlotte Simmons. I am a emerging technology and marketing coach, and I'm going to be taking you through my Mastering AI training program, which is going to help you use the power of AI to really transform your marketing and productivity. I'm going to tell you a little bit more about myself further along in the presentation, but I'm actually going to start by showing you a short video artificial intelligence video that I've created using 3 of the main tools that I'm going to take you through during this workshop. I created the script and the content using a platform called ChatGPT, which you might have already heard of. I created the visuals that you will see behind, and actually all the visuals during my presentation are created by Midjourney. And I used a training video technology called Synthesia to create the avatar, the voiceover, and put it all together. So let me quickly show you that.
Hello and welcome to our Mastering AI workshop. Today, we're diving into the fascinating world of artificial intelligence, exploring how it can revolutionize your business growth and supercharge your marketing strategies. Now I'll hand the workshop back over to Charlotte.
So that was that video that I created just then really only took me about 15-20 minutes to put together. Obviously this technology is constantly evolving and changing rapidly, so even though it's a little bit clunky at the moment, you might sound a little bit robotic, give it a few more weeks, months, and that is going to just be completely different because of how rapidly this industry is evolving. So my background, I've always worked with emerging tech. I've worked in-house at different technology companies, startups that have raised millions of pounds and have grown really quickly, and I've been there in-house doing their marketing and their strategy. I then went freelance a few years ago, just before COVID, and I've worked for many different businesses in all different industries, helping them with their marketing, but bringing that technology specialist and expertise into it as well. So my intention really is to teach people how to use AI for productivity. The way I see it is that AI really should just be focusing on the automation so that the humans in the business can concentrate on the human stuff. AI can't replace connection, it can't replace customer service, and it can't replace building those real relationships. So I want to show my clients and you who are watching this training video now that you can actually use these tools to automate all of the boring stuff so that you can focus on building those relationships within your business. So my introduction to AI actually began over 8 years ago. I was working at an innovation agency called The Bakery, where we were matching matching tech startups with large corporates. The corporates would not be able to have the time to spend time focusing on innovation within the business. They needed to outsource it, and we were finding those tech companies. So it could just be, at one point it was just a guy who was building an AI platform out of his bedroom when he was living at home with his parents. We actually matched him up with Unilever, who bought his technology, partnered with him, became his first client, and used his technology in-house so that they didn't have to spend the time and money innovating. So this technology has been around for many, many years, and it means that now that it's come out and it's been so quickly massively adopted, because I've had so much experience getting to know it over the last few years, it's very easy for me to adopt it, learn from it, train it, and then teach other people how to do the same. It is sort of like second nature to me. So that's my background, and that's why I've created this training. And I used to do these live. It's now recorded, and when I was doing it live, I had over 100 people watch this training and actually take quite a lot of what I taught them away and implement it into their businesses. So I hope that you'll be able to do the same. So why do I love AI? So I love AI because it really helps me have the ultimate work-life balance. I'm able to work with my clients, work on my own business, and use artificial intelligence to do the admin tasks, the marketing, the content creation. Like, so much of the base of what I create is created by artificial intelligence, and then I add my own twist to it. It means that I can do creative stuff like with my daughter on her school holidays, create books that she can take into school, which is like literally getting her brain out, everything that's in her imagination onto paper. So we created a story, and then used Canva to create the images, used another tool to draw the squirrel and then bring it to life. It means that I can sit and watch her get her hair cut just before school whilst I'm doing work for my clients using the help of ChatGPT. Artificial intelligence is really helping me have just so much more balance, and not actually have to do the boring tasks that can be automated, but actually focus on building those connections and those relationships and those partnerships, which is making my business grow. So I know this is recorded, but I still think it's a good idea to yourselves, as you're going through this presentation, to have a think about your relationship with artificial intelligence, where you are now and where you would like to take it in the future. So just take a minute to have a think about how experienced you are using AI. Do you think of yourself as a beginner? Are you intermediate or an expert? Do you have not got a clue what AI is and you've come to this training to find out a bit more? So yeah, just take a minute to think about kind of where you're at, or where you believe you're at, and then where you would like to take it going forward. And also, what have you used AI for? You might have used it for content writing. You might have used it to create visual images. You might have a load of data within your business that you're using artificial intelligence to analyze. Or you could simply just be asking it general life questions, or questions about work or health. Some people use ChatGPT as a sort of like therapist, or in their business they use it to bounce ideas. If they've got an idea for their business and they just, if they're working on their own and they don't have that business partner, they sometimes use ChatGPT as a bit of a business partner. So yeah, just have a think about what you've used AI for and what maybe you could be using it for in the future. So just to give a simplified overview of what artificial intelligence is, it mimics human-like thinking and decision-making. It's got the ability to analyze data, and it learns and improves that over time. So if you think about Netflix, for instance, Netflix it's like got heavy artificial intelligence behind it. Every time we open up Netflix and we pick a show that we want to watch, or the time of day we're watching, or maybe a particular actor or actress that we like to watch, we're training Netflix to show us the next time recommendations of programs that it thinks that we will like, because it's learning and improving by the buttons that we're clicking. So every time you're using Alexa or Google Assistant or Siri, that is all it's all got elements of artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence is really revolutionizing businesses with their automation, and it gives so many more ways of personalizing and makes your work so much more efficient. And hopefully during this training, I'll be able to show you how you can implement that for your own business efficiency. So with AI, you've got tools for content writing. So the main ones are ChatGPT, which everyone's probably heard of. There's also, but before ChatGPT, there were platforms called like Copy.ai, Jasper. You might have used Grammarly before, Writesonic. These tools have been around for a while, but ChatGPT really got people's attention because of its use case, and it is the most massively adopted technology there's ever been. So that's the one that I'm actually going to focus more on during this presentation, just because it's the one that everybody is talking about, and it, in my opinion, is still the best out there. So if you're looking for to use artificial intelligence for content writing, you can use programs like ChatGPT for literally everything. You could be creating blogs, social media posts. You can use it for idea generation, to do your automated email campaigns. You can even use it for script writing. The more we teach AI tools like ChatGPT how to write, the more it's going to sound like us. So it's really important for us to train these tools. That's why I was saying about how important it is to still have the human element in there. These tools, no matter how much you train it to sound like you will still need to fact check things. You'll still need to add in your twist, your personality, like a bit of your tone of voice. It can get it very, very good. You're able to train it so it can be really, really close to what you sound like when you usually write, but you'll still need to add in that human element to make it exactly like how you would sound, but you can get an extremely good base just by putting in the correct prompts. So if you haven't used ChatGPT before, this is what it looks like. So it's literally like a search engine. So when I actually first opened ChatGPT, I was a bit confused about how to use it. You can see on the left-hand side, it's got its chat, like the different chats that you can open. So you can have different streams. And then it is like just a search bar. So you can type something in there and it will reply. For instance, I put in, I train ChatGPT to sound like me. So when it's writing its content, I want it to sound exactly like me. So I've put in my personal, my persona, my unique persona. I've said, "Hi ChatGPT, you're Charlotte Simmons, a marketing expert with a passion for emerging technology. You've worked for fast-growing technology startups for over 10 years and have watched businesses go through huge growth phases." I then go on to talk a bit more about my background, and I tell it that my writing style is short, punchy, and engaging. My tone is inspirational, educational, and authentic. And my goal is to educate and inspire business owners and marketing professionals on how to utilize AI to enhance their marketing, reduce their costs, and improve their productivity. And at the end, I say, "Do you understand?" And then ChatGPT replies, "Absolutely, I understand. Let's explore the world of AI and how it can be a game changer for businesses. Thanks for setting the stage. Now let's dive in." So every time I comment, I write into this chat, it will use that persona that I've given it. So it will always write in that tone of voice. And the more I put into it, the more it will be refined. So if I say, "Okay, here's a recent LinkedIn post that I wrote. Please, can you use this tone of voice and write in this style within your Charlotte Simmons persona every time you write in the future?" And it's just training it, and it will learn, and it will make it even more exactly like your tone of voice. So I can then go on to say, "In this persona, can you write me a paragraph for a blog about how to utilize AI for marketing? This blog needs to be educational and inspiring." And then ChatGPT can write me a paragraph for a blog. It can write me an outline for a blog. It can write me whole sections. It could write the entire blog for me. There's so much that it can do, but it is just really important to make sure it's using your tone of voice and the style of writing so that it doesn't sound very generic, because I think a lot of people now are using tools like ChatGPT that if you aren't using it with a really unique persona, it's immediately obvious when you are using these tools, because the layout will be the same and it will just look very generic. So as I mentioned before, it's all about the prompts. So there's lots of different content creation frameworks that you can use. For instance, you could use the fear of missing out framework and ask ChatGPT to create a marketing campaign with this framework for your specific business. You can also write cold emails. So you could say, "In your Charlotte Simmons persona, I'm looking for a cold email idea." That will educate a business owner who needs help implementing AI into their business, and basically give a really clear prompt about what you want the cold email to say, the goal of it, what the offering is, and how you want to make that potential customer feel when they're reading the email. It's all about the chat. So I speak to ChatGPT as if it's my personal assistant, my friend. I say, "Please," I say, "Thank you," I'm polite. I say, "Can you rewrite this?" You can say, "Can you rewrite this in a less salesy way?" If it's coming across a bit salesy, or if it's a bit too professional, I say, "Can you write this in a more casual way?" Or if it's too casual, I can say, "Can you write this in a bit more of a professional way?" So I'm training it, but I'm really being polite, and I'm treating it like I would treat a colleague. And if you think of it like a colleague or a virtual assistant, that is really what it will become. And the more you get into a habit of using it, the easier it is, and the quicker you'll be able to automate the boring tasks. So it can do social media posts. For example, it could take on a different persona. I could say to it, "You're a savvy marketer working for a large recruitment company. Your role is to bring more businesses on board to your company to help them find candidates for the roles you're promoting. You work closely with a sales team to pass on qualified leads. Your writing style is medium sentences, punchy, professional, and engaging. Do you understand?" It will then take on that persona and it will create content for social media. You could say specifically for LinkedIn, specifically for Instagram, and it will change the style depending on the platform. It is, again, all about the prompts. So for instance here, amazing, with that persona, please can you write a LinkedIn post? So it will write it specifically for LinkedIn, and then I could change that for Instagram or Twitter. So you can have prompts for everything. I've actually created a spreadsheet on Notion with all the different prompts that I've been using for things like SEO, strategy, brand building, product launch, and I'm building on that all the time. And soon it will actually be live on my website as part of a members only section. So for anybody who has downloaded this training, I can send you an email after with a link to the membership once it's ready, if you would like access to this particular spreadsheet of prompts. So a lot of people sometimes worry that the data that they're putting into platforms like ChatGPT are training and if they've got sensitive data. So you can actually now go into your data controls and stop your chat history from being seen. So you don't get any of the history, which means it isn't training the platform. So you just have one chat. So it just means you'll have to copy and paste and save your prompts somewhere and then put them back in if you don't want ChatGPT to be learning from what you're putting in. But they will be launching a new version soon for businesses where you can pay to have your chat history, but not train the model. And also new extensions are being created daily. So I pay for ChatGPT. I do find it extremely beneficial to have ChatGPT 4 and pay for it. But if you're not paying for it and you're unable to get onto it because so many people are using it, there are many other Chrome extensions that are being created each day using OpenAI's Open API. So they're using the ChatGPT language model and they're creating extensions using the same technology, just not through ChatGPT. There's also ChatGPT plugins now. So you've got an app store for absolutely everything. So when you are in ChatGPT 4, the version that you pay for, you can click onto the plugins. It also browses the internet. So if you click onto the plugins, you can now choose from all different plugins for so many different things, from OpenTable to Spotify, and then use them with inside ChatGPT. So here's an example. So if you go to ChatGPT 4 and you have to click plugins and go to the plugin store. So the other day I tried out OpenTable. So I said, I'm looking for a fancy restaurant in Canary Wharf on Friday, 23rd of June for 4 people at 8:15 p.m. Can you help me? And it then opens up OpenTable with inside ChatGPT, because that's a plugin that I've got installed. And it gives me some options for restaurants that have availability at 8:15 p.m. on the 23rd of June for 4 people. I then sent that into my group chat on WhatsApp to my friends and said, we're going out for dinner on the 23rd. I've used ChatGPT OpenTable plugin. Here's some options for dinner. Let me know which one you want to book. So obviously we can't ask questions on here because this is recorded, but if you have any questions that you would like answering, feel free to drop me a message on LinkedIn or an email and I can answer them offline. So I'm now going to move on to AI for visuals. So for visuals, we've got Midjourney, we've got DALL-E, we've got Adobe's now created a new visual tool, but that's only accessible to a few people at the moment. And there's also one called Night Cafe. So I mostly use Midjourney just because I find it, for me, it's the best one, because I get to see what other people, the prompts that other people are using and seeing what other people are creating. It's much more of a community, and that's why I really like it. So the picture actually behind on this slide I created on Midjourney a few months ago. So I'm going to take you through Midjourney and show you the basics and how to use that. But there are others that you could explore if Midjourney wasn't for you. So here are some of the images that I've created using Midjourney. You can see that these ones are particularly branded. So you can use Midjourney to create branded images for your business. I've created ones with a purple color tone that goes with my website and my Instagram, because that's my branding. But it's also possible to create really realistic style images as well, like the ones, this one with the woman with the camera. Because it's all about the prompts that you're putting in, and you can actually use ChatGPT to create specific Midjourney prompts that you can then put into Midjourney. But it's also just really great to watch what other people are doing and learn from them. So Midjourney is created through, is run through Discord. So Discord is a bit like Slack, which is, and if you haven't heard of Slack, that's a bit like WhatsApp. So you have different conversations and different streams of conversations. Discord, Slack's more used for business, Discord's more used for community, like hobbies and different things. So Midjourney is through Discord, and this screenshot I took a few weeks ago, and it had already had 15 million members, but there was over 1 million members who are actually online at that moment. So it's really simple to set up a Midjourney account, and then this is what it looks like inside. So you've got your chat streams on the left hand side, and you just go into a newbies chat, and you can see here people are putting in their prompts, and this is the type of image that they're going to get. So here I use ChatGPT to come up with some Midjourney prompts. So I said, act like a Midjourney prompt expert, and use the information that I'd already given ChatGPT above about Midjourney to create an image featuring a business owner walking through the forest in a hyper-realistic photographic style. It then comes back with prompts that are featuring specific camera photograph styles. So Ansel Adams, Gregory Crewdson, specific photographers, and how they use their camera format, the exposure, the color, the focus, etc. It will give me all of that detail that I can then put into Midjourney. So this is, for instance, this is how you do it. So you do /imagine, and then you put in your prompt, and it will then give you 4 versions of different images that you could choose. It then has underneath U1, U2, U3, U4, or V1, V2, V3, V4. U is use. So if you wanted to you're happy with that first image, you want to use it, you select U1, and that's the one that you'll get. Or you could press V1 or whichever of the images to refine it and make it different. So if I clicked V1, I would then get 4 different images of this man, and I could choose then after that which one I wanted to keep. So I would get 4 images of this, but in different, he might be standing slightly differently, or there might be something different, a bit different in the background, and then I can pick which one I want to upscale for the results. So I've picked this one, and then that's the one I get. And then you can have a Midjourney profile if you've got an account with them, which will save all of your images that your final images and the prompts that you've used to create that image. So it's still really important to remember that people are using these images, and it can create fake news. I don't know if you saw a few months ago, there was a picture of Donald Trump being arrested that was actually created by Midjourney. So I use Midjourney a lot, and I'm very familiar with the tech, which means when I see an image like this, I can pretty much immediately tell that it's fake. However, if you're not using this technology all the time and looking at artificial intelligence created images, it would not be obvious immediately that this was a fake image. There was also one of Pope Francis wearing a puffer jacket, which went viral, which is also fake. One of the ways that you are able to tell if an image is fake is that a lot of the time it's given away by the fingers, because you can see sometimes there's 6 fingers, or it just looks really too hyper realistic. That's a giveaway as well. But the more you use the tech, the more you're able to see fake images if they're coming up, if you're coming across them. It's also important to remember that you have to fact check everything with ChatGPT, because people are training it with information, the information that they're putting in, that it's learning from it. So this is the situation I came across a few months ago, where someone said he asked ChatGPT what the most interesting fact was, and it was returned with a fact that wasn't actually a fact. So I'll leave you a few minutes, you can read this. I can also send it after, but basically the tweet was completely wrongly phrased, which meant that ChatGPT made up its own story about a jellyfish from different sources and piecing it together to sound really interesting, but the fact wasn't true. So this tweet went viral, but it was false information. So again, it's just really important when you've created, if you ask ChatGPT to create you a blog about a specific subject, just to make sure you read through everything and that the information is actually correct, because sometimes it might not be. And that is again why the human element is so important when it comes to technology. So just a little reminder, AI can't replace humans. We can use AI to come up with and help us with productivity and come up with strategies, etc. But we still need humans to come up with the bespoke strategy for our business and fact check everything. So you can use this artificial intelligence to come up with basic plans, basic strategies, but it really is the human element that is still so important, which is why we can't worry that AI is going to take our jobs or this and that, because actually humans alongside using AI as a tool is so much more effective, and you will always need that human element. So I'm just going to quickly go through AI for video. So I showed you Cynthia at the beginning, which was the training videos, but I also used a platform called Runway to create quite a cool video that you can see here. So what I did with this was I created a prompt on ChatGPT for an image of a girl, age 5, which was the one at the beginning. And I changed that prompt just slightly by changing the age of the person. So I'll play this again. I'll show you the prompt after as well. So everything was the same except for the age and then the term girl or woman. And it created all the multiple pictures. So this was the prompt. So I said British woman, but obviously when it was the girl, so this was age, let's see what age this is, 30-year-old British woman, but when I did the girl, it was like 5-year-old British girl, and then I did it for age 5, 10, 20, 30, 40, 55, like all the way up until 90, I think, and then chose the best images of the ones where she was like in a very similar position so that it would look really smooth during that transition. So these were the images that I picked. And then I used a tool called Runway, and I went into frame interpolation and turn a sequence of images into an animated video. I clicked that one. I uploaded it into here, picked the images, clicked that I wanted the duration of the clip to be 20 seconds and the transition time to be 85%. And then it created that transition video for me. So you can see the girl turning from a 5-year-old up into a 95-year-old woman. So with Cynthia, it's also very, very simple to use. Obviously different platform, but you can pick your avatar, you write in your text, you can click which voice you want. So these are getting better and better all the time. When I first used it, it sounded very robotic, but over time it's become much less. So you can pick which one you want to use, and then you can put your own images behind it. So like I said, I used one that I created on Midjourney. I created the script on ChatGPT. I picked the avatar and the voice from Cynthia and put it all together, and you can create a video like the one I created at the beginning of this presentation.
Next, let's have a look at how brands are using AI.
So I'm going to quickly touch upon how brands are using AI. So many, I mean, pretty much every brand is using elements of AI. Big brands are using elements of AI. So I mentioned Netflix at the beginning. We've also got Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola have created a really amazing video, like advert for their Coca-Cola, using AI, where all the images are artwork, famous artworks, they're all like merging into each other. I can, if you're interested in seeing the video, you can search Coca-Cola AI ad on Google and you should be able to see it, but it's really amazing. But they've also got things like personalized vending machines, where it's got facial recognition. You can look into the vending machine, it will recognize who you are, what your previous orders are, and then give you the drink that it will suggest the drink that it thinks you'll want. But there's also brands like Stitch Fix. I don't know if any of you have come across Stitch Fix before. It's one that I use. So I pay a monthly subscription of £10 a month. I rate through the app, a bit like Tinder. You swipe left and right for which kind of clothes and styles you like. It gets your style from when you're rating, and then each month it will give you, I think it's like 10 options that you can pick from, and then you pick your top 5. They send you the top 5 options, and you then keep the ones that you like and send back the ones you don't like. But you have a stylist, but the stylist is picking the items based on what you've rated. So the more you rate and the more you train it, the better they are at selecting the items that you'll want, which means that the AI is making the stylist's life really much easier by asking me to rate the clothes, and I'm getting sent clothes that I'd actually want to buy. But it means for the business that there's fewer returns, and so obviously more profit. So yeah, as I mentioned before, Coca-Cola uses AI-powered vending machines for facial recognition to identify customers and give them personalized recommendations. And there's so many more. Obviously mentioned Netflix or Spotify that can do personalized playlists. Yeah, there's just so many. So it's interesting to research it if you are interested. So what's next on your AI journey? This is obviously just covering the basics. There's so much to this industry. So if you are interested in taking your knowledge to the next level and actually enhance your skills even further, there are obviously a few ways that you could work with me. I have just launched Ignite, which is my new cohort-based training program. This is where I will teach up to 5 companies per cohort. So if you work for a company and you're in their marketing team, or you're a business owner and you do the marketing, you could join my cohort and be alongside 4 other different companies and learn about how you can craft your unique brand persona for your business using AI, but also look at Midjourney for creating visual images. We will look at LinkedIn growth, personal branding, email marketing automation, content creation, using data analytics, and just really how you can utilize these AI tools for your marketing strategy. And by the end of so there's 3 sessions, and by the end we'll have created you a personalized AI integrated marketing strategy to improve your marketing, which will in turn increase your revenues and really enhance your productivity. So if this is something that you are interested in joining, just get in touch and let me know. It's £990 for the 3 sessions, but there's always payment plans which are available. So yeah, so that is my cohort-based training program. It's really intimate, it's live, and you're learning from other people as well. But you're coming out with a really personalized integrated marketing strategy for yourself and for your business. I also have one-to-one training packages as well if you didn't want to do it in a cohort. Those are 90-minute phone consultations that are focused on a particular choice of topics. So it could be AI training, it could be Instagram strategy, LinkedIn strategy, email marketing, personal branding, but it will always have that emerging technology slant to it. So you'll be learning about the tools that you can use for whichever strategy you went for. And if you are working for a bigger company and you wanted a whole team training, I also do team training bespoke packages. So that is something that we can speak about offline as well, if that was something that you needed. If you're thinking, actually, I've got a big marketing team and I really need help on how we can use AI within the team, and you want training specifically for your company, I'm also able to do that. So thank you so much for listening to this training. I really hope that you got loads out of it. Obviously, it's just touching the surfaces of AI, the surface of AI. There's so much more to it. This really was just the basics, but I really hope that you've taken a lot away that you can actually implement now. And of course, I'm here if you have any other questions or you wanted to chat through anything in particular, just let me know. Connect with me on LinkedIn, send me an email, and yeah, looking forward to connecting with you all soon. Thank you.